Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my fitness channel. Today's video is another meal prep video. I have not fully meal prepped like this in probably like 6 to 7 months, so I'm really excited to get back into it. If you guys have been subscribed here for a while, you would know that last year around this time I did 75 hard, and although I don't want to do 75 hard fully again because been there, done that, it is, I think, a great learning experience. It teaches you a lot about consistency and about mental toughness, I will say that, but it's not something I want to do all the time. One thing I did create a habit of during 75 hard was the fact that if I'm meal prepping, I am so much more likely to stay on track with my goals. If you guys have been following my recent vlogs, you would know I've recently gained a little bit of weight. I was down about it for a long time, but today I woke up feeling really good and just feeling really excited. I don't know, I just feel very hopeful for the future, and I felt very motivated to kind of start to buckle down and get closer to my goals. Before I forget, if you guys are new here, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my other channel, Molly's Life. I post a lot of lifestyle vlogs over on that channel with different things that aren't related to fitness, so if you're interested in stuff like that, definitely go check out that channel. If you guys are interested in meal prep videos, I have so many up on this channel. I will leave a playlist for you guys to be able to watch through and see a lot of the meal preps that I've created over the past year. Today's video is going to feature 2 meal preps. We have a Korean ground beef with rice, and I'm trying to remember them, and then we have a sausage veggie, not stir fry, but like sausage and roasted veggies, a ton of roasted veggies, and then a pasta underneath it with like a creamy chipotle sauce, which I think is gonna be really good. I'm gonna make a homemade creamy chipotle sauce that seems pretty easy as well. I find that doing 2 meal preps is the best for me because it gives me structure, but it also leaves room if on certain days I don't want to have a meal prep and I do want to make a full home-cooked meal. I still have the ability to do that without having food go to waste. I've dabbled in 3 meal preps, like 3 different styles per week. It was just too much food for me, and even my boyfriend was trying to eat some and we couldn't finish it all together. So I find that making about 8 meal preps is like the perfect happy medium for me. I think I'm gonna start off with the sausage and roasted veggies first. I don't know what to call it yet, TBD on that, but I'm gonna get all the ingredients out for that one first and we'll get started. First things first though, this is mandatory if you are meal prepping. Load up your TV or your iPad, whatever you use to watch Netflix, YouTube TV, YouTube videos, whatever it is. I suggest loading up on a ton of movies or shows, something that has longevity to it that you can watch while you're cooking. It makes the time go by so much faster, and it's not like torture cooking and staying in the kitchen for this long. All right, so this is a quick overview of everything you're gonna need. I think I got everything. I might have forgotten a couple things, we'll have to see, besides seasonings and like olive oil, of course, but this is the gist of everything. We have light mayo, shredded carrots, some protein pasta. This doesn't have much more protein than regular pasta, but I honestly find that it tastes better to me than regular pasta, so I just choose it, not even for the fact that it's protein, but because I just think it tastes better. This is the rotini one, but they also have angel hair, they have elbows, spaghetti, all kinds of stuff. So I love this. This is the sausage that I chose. You can see there's 4 links, and the serving size is 1 link each with 120 calories and 12 grams of protein. So that's pretty good. In the recipe as well, we're gonna be using some protein Greek yogurt. So there's a ton of protein in this. You're also gonna need some chipotle peppers in a can, some broccoli, a red bell pepper, lime juice, a yellow onion, zucchini, and fresh minced garlic. Now for the veggies that I'm using, carrots, broccoli, bell pepper, and onion and zucchini, you don't have to necessarily use these ones. You can choose whichever ones you please. These are just some of my personal favorite veggies that I thought would go nice with it. Feel free to do whatever you fancy. So I think I'm gonna start off by prepping a lot of stuff. I'm going to cut up the bell pepper. I'll probably use like 2/3 of the onion, because this onion, you guys, I can barely pick it up. It is huge, so I'll probably only use like 2/3 of it. Same with the zucchini, and then I'm gonna use half the bag of broccoli and probably half the bag of carrots as well, because the broccoli and carrots are gonna be used in the following recipe as well. Let's get started, because this is gonna be a lot of veggie chopping to get things going. So one thing I totally forgot to mention is I am going to be weighing out my pasta. So I'm starting off doing that first. Honestly, I just want to make sure I'm getting the right serving size. So each serving of this is 10 grams of protein as well, which is awesome. Already with the sausage, we have like 22 grams of protein for the meal, and that's not even including a serving size of the Greek yogurt. So I feel like we're doing pretty good on protein for this meal. I'm sure a lot of you guys know how to weigh out your food, but I'm gonna show you how I do it. One serving is 56 grams, so I'm gonna multiply that by 4, which is what, 224, I believe, if I'm doing my math correctly. And once we get 224 grams of pasta, I'll know that we have the perfect serving size for 4 servings. My scale says 0 grams right now. I'm gonna go ahead and add the bowl that I'm gonna be weighing everything on, and now you can maybe see it says 183 grams, and you're gonna zero it out. My scale's a little delayed, but now it says 0 grams. So now the bowl is included already. And if we add the pasta, it'll just weigh the pasta. That was very loud. Okay, so that says 223. Okay, so that says 225, so I'm gonna go with that as like a happy medium. I feel like that's a good weight. It's just 1 gram over. This is what 4 servings of the dried pasta looks like. I'm gonna set this aside, wait for the water to boil, and then put this in. So the timer on the pasta is officially over. So the pasta is ready to be drained, and I want it to cool down a little bit before I add the sauce to it. You don't want to put meal preps that you're putting in the fridge right after super hot into the containers. So I like for things that I can to cool down. So that's why I made the pasta first. Normally, if I was just making this for a regular dinner, it would be made last, but it goes first in a meal prep. That's kind of like something different about cooking meal preps. I'm just going to stir this up, and I'll probably taste test one to make sure that it is really all cooked, but I'm gonna drain that in a second. Over here we have a beautiful assortment of veggies, so colorful and pretty, and I have it on a low heat, so I've been letting it just simmer down with some olive oil, and it's looking really good. I'm gonna make sure that these cook for a long time because I want everything to be nice and sauteed, and I want it to like take its time and cook down. But I am gonna add some seasonings right now, and I thought I would show you guys the seasonings that I'm gonna use. Of course, I'm doing Tony's. You guys know this is my favorite seasoning. If you're new here, this seasoning is the GOAT. It is the best seasoning ever, or I should say the best seasoning that I've tried in a long time. And then I'm also gonna do some garlic powder, and lastly, I don't really use this very often, but since I'm doing chipotle pepper creamy sauce, I figured I should use this chipotle powder as well on the veggies. So those are the 3 seasonings that I'm using. I'm keeping it pretty simple. Alright, so the veggies are probably going to take a while to cook down to my liking. You guys know I like things like extra soft most of the time. The pasta is done. I'm letting it cool down for a little bit right there, and we're gonna get started on the sauce. So this is mostly everything you're gonna need besides the limes. You just need some Greek yogurt, some light mayonnaise. I like the Hellmann's one. I think it tastes really good. The chipotle peppers and some garlic. We're gonna put all this in a blender in a second, along with the juice of probably both limes because I want it like extra zesty, and it should come out as like a creamy, beautiful red chipotle sauce, and it should be really good. It's kind of hard to tell, but it is the most beautiful pale red color, and I just taste tested it, and it is everything I could ever want. I feel like I made a lot of sauce for the amount of pasta that we have, but that's okay because with meal preps I want them to be like extra flavorful. So if I'm adding extra sauce, that's totally fine by me, because I find that the meal prep is gonna taste better day after day if it has all of that flavor packed in. And then over here, just to keep y'all updated as well, things are looking really good. I would say the veggies are just about done to my liking. I cannot believe like no seasonings went into this. Like 5 ingredients that I showed you guys. So simple and so good. I cannot believe this is my first time blending up these chipotle peppers, because these are bomb. Pasta is done and looking insane. I literally cannot wait to eat this meal prep tomorrow. And then I removed the veggies from this pot or pan, and I put them in a bowl over there because we just need to saute the sausage, and then we're done. I'm gonna chop it up and give it a nice sear with a little bit of oil, and then we can finally put this meal prep in containers. And then also, biggest piece of advice with meal prepping, clean as you go. Honestly, I'm a little bit sweaty right now because I just feel like my kitchen gets so hot when I'm cooking and filming and all the lights are on and everything. The biggest tip that I can give you guys with meal prepping that doesn't have to do with actual cooking is to clean as you go. Because the last thing you need, the whole point of meal prepping, right, is to like be organized and get ahead. And the last thing you want to have to do after cooking a ton of meals, like how many ever you make, after cooking a lot of food, the last thing you are going to want to do is a whole week's worth of dishes in one day, because it's like a lot of dishes that it requires to do meal preps. So don't be lazy while you're cooking. Clean as you go. You will thank yourself in the end. Like, I will not have nearly as many dishes to do when I'm done by doing little things like washing out the blender right away. And it also makes the dishes so much easier because the food obviously comes off of them so much quicker than if it was sitting for a while. So these are Italian chicken sausages. Let's just go ahead and cut these up into bite-sized pieces. I picked these ones. I was gonna do kielbasa because I'm Polish and I thought that would be really good, but I feel like these had the best macros on them, like the calories versus the protein. I feel like these one were a winner, and that's why I picked them. I don't know if they necessarily go with the meal as well as other sausages could have, but I feel like the macros on them were the best, so that's why I chose them. You guys, as I was assembling this meal prep, I was laughing to myself because I was thinking about what I was going to tell you guys, and the first thing that came to mind was that I think this is the best meal prep I've ever made. And I was laughing because I say that, I swear, with every meal prep that I do, but this one is so delicious. Oh my goodness. And it's packed with veggies, and I feel like it is such a good sized portion, mostly because there are so many veggies in it. And I don't know about you guys, but I am perfectly fine going ham on veggies in my meals because it fills you up for so much longer. So I'm super happy with that as well. Overall, I'm just really happy with this first meal prep. I feel like everything went super smooth. I don't know why I've never cooked with sausage before at home, but I'm so happy I did today because this is so good. I tasted some of the sausage and it's delicious. Yeah, I'm going to put these away right now, and then in a little bit we'll get started on meal number 2. Some time to myself, just being on my phone, watching some 90 Day Fiance on my iPad. I got all of the dishes done from the last meal, and the dishwasher is running right now if you hear that in the background. But I got all the ingredients ready for meal number 2. I feel like I have my groove back. I'm motivated to just finish up this meal prep. I'm motivated by the fact that once I do this, I am done cooking for the next 4 to 5 days. So without further ado, let's just go into all the ingredients you're gonna need for this one. Starting off over here, we have some rice. I actually bought a whole brand new thing of rice. Oh my god, I didn't even mention this entire meal prep was $45. Obviously not including the butcher box ground beef. It came in a pack of 2 and I'm doing a brand deal with them, so you guys will hear more about them in an upcoming video. Without the ground beef, everything else came out to $40, which I feel like is just insane. Like, I even impressed myself with this one, you guys. But going back to the ingredients, we have the rice. I bought a whole new thing of rice, but I didn't realize I do have some left over and I need to use a cup of rice. A cup of dry rice will make 4 servings, so we're gonna measure that out in a little bit, but I think that that's enough for 1 cup in there at least. You're gonna need some sesame seeds for the topping. I have some sesame oil and less sodium soy sauce right here. Obviously the ground beef is present. We have some minced garlic and orange. You're gonna need just a very small amount of brown sugar. We also have scallions and broccoli and carrots. I'm just using the carrots mostly because I had them left over, so I figured I would put them to use. You guys have seen me cook rice 10 trillion times. I'm just gonna measure that out, wash the rice, and then get started cooking it.
Can't find a time where I can tell ya what I feel now. Been biting my tongue for a while. The words just wanna come out. I'm too afraid to be rejected. It's so expected. I feel like I'm out of my mind, but I know I can't deny you. I am so alienated. Sitting on planet X. I'm becoming the person I've hated. Wonder what will happen next. Yeah, I don't know why. It's like a charge around us that just feels right. Can't get my head around it. I can never hit the brakes. Every time you touch me, babe, you send me right out into space. You send me right out into space. Right into space.
First step was getting this ground beef cooked up, so I have it in here, and then once it's all cooked in a few minutes, I'm going to remove it, drain it, and we're gonna cook the broccoli in this same pan. And once we start cooking the broccoli, that's where we're gonna add a lot of like the sesame oil, the soy sauce, and then we'll eventually add the ground beef back in with the broccoli and the carrots. At least that's my plan as of right now. I did start chopping up the broccoli, but my cutting board is pretty small, so I'm doing it in increments. I'm gonna add the carrots into the mix. I don't want to forget those. And also with the broccoli and ground beef mixture, that's when we're gonna add in the juice of like 1/4 of this orange, probably like 1/4 to 1/2. This recipe is very easy, thank God, because I am so tired. I cannot wait to go to sleep tonight, but I will feel so well rested knowing I did this.
My head tells me to stop, but there is nothing I can do. When I'm with you, I lose myself. I feel good. Oh, yeah, I don't know why. It's like a charge around us that just feels right. Can't get my head around it. I can never hit the brakes. Every time you touch me, babe, you send me right out into space. You send me right out into space. Right into space. Yeah, I don't know why. It's like a charge around us that just feels right. Can't get my head around it. I can never hit the brakes. Every time you touch me, babe, into space. We watch the sun go down over the same old town, like so many times before. We look at the the same old horse, like so many times before. And I know that we're not perfect, but I'm gonna miss all that we had. Yeah, I know that we're not perfect, but I need this night for the last time. Stay, stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay. Stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay. If you stay. No, you're gone in the morning.
I am so beyond exhausted at this point. I am going to sleep so well tonight, but meal 2 is done. Look at how good this one looks, you guys. Of course I taste tested it, and I want to tell you guys that this is another one of my new favorite meal preps because it actually is. Something about it is so different. Like adding the brown sugar and the orange juice made the ground beef almost like sweet but salty with the soy sauce. Seriously, I'm telling you guys, something about it is just so different than anything I've ever done before, and it's amazing. Both of these meal preps today were like totally out of my comfort zone, but I'm so proud of myself for going through with it and making some delicious meals. But that is actually going to conclude today's video. I'm literally going to start packing up while I talk because I'm that tired that I'm ready for bed. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I feel like these two meal preps are really good because they're two completely different flavors. Like they're on opposite ends of the spectrum. So if you're like craving something totally polar opposite from the other, you can just like switch in between the two. If you guys are interested in more recipes from me, I also have a cookbook. It's called The Perfect Bite, and you can shop it on shopmollybaileypr.com. It's actually on sale right now for $16, which is a really good deal. It's 11:36 p.m. It is way past my bedtime. I'm gonna go to sleep. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up this video because it really helps me out. Leave a comment down below. I've been loving interacting with you guys and reading more comments, so definitely leave some comments down below. And you guys can expect a lot more videos from me coming soon. I've been loving uploading on both this channel and my other channel. If you guys haven't noticed, I've been uploading quite a bit more frequently than I have in the past. If you stuck around till the end, thank you so much. I love you, and I will talk to you guys in my next video very soon.